as you know, and your listeners don't know at the moment, they will in about 3 seconds, is I'm autistic. So being autistic, a lot of things which are natural to most people are not natural to me, one of which is flirting with girls. Yeah? So until I was 30 years old, I was absolutely oblivious to women. I mean, I didn't know that I didn't like them. I just had no idea how to approach them or anything else. And so what would happen is they would have to throw themselves at me, which fortunately happened reasonably frequently because I'm not a bad looking bloke and I'm quite engaging. But I still had no idea how to approach women myself. But when I started working on the door, because I used to teach martial arts and I started working as a doorman because I just wanted to test it out in real life, you know, just to get a bit of real life experience. So I ended up teaching the other doorman how to fight. Bearing in mind, I'm only 5'5". I'm not a big bloke by any means. I'm quite broad, but I'm not tall. I'm not very intimidating, which actually made me very popular because this small, friendly bloke on the door. And because of I'm autistic, I was almost impossible to wind up as well because they'd be maybe being aggressive or trying to get me into a situation I would argue and escalate into a fight. But because I didn't pick up on their signals, I just didn't match what they wanted. It was quite bizarre. And I didn't realize why that was, of course, but now I do. I was only diagnosed a couple of years ago. Anyway, women. When I started working on the door, I realized something had changed. I got loads more women throwing themselves at me. And I thought, well, what has changed? And I realized, well, something about me has changed. It's not about them. And I realized that it's not the uniform. Well, it could be the uniform, but it's more likely to be something else, attitude, authority, etc. So I started looking into it. And I then learned, again, I'm going back 26, 27 years now. Yeah, about 27 years. I realized there was a process to it. It was just literally a process. It was like pushing buttons. Seduction of women. All right. Now, this is going to sound very non-PC, and it is non-PC. There's no two ways about it. But it would work the same way with men as well. I mean, it's nothing special about women. And I realized there was a formula to it. So I made it my business to learn, which is what I did. And I became phenomenally successful with women. I became a fucking player. Well, the thing is, about 10 years after that, my ex-wife left me, and I had 3 kids and a mortgage to pay. So I set up business on my own as a technical writer, as it was. I used to be a programmer down at Porton Down. Yes, that Porton Down, the government place. And I kind of drifted into marketing and copywriting and realized I had a bit of a flair for it. And it was only after a few years of studying marketing and stuff, seeming to have some natural aptitude, I realized that most of this natural aptitude was actually what I'd learned in seduction coming to the fore. It was already a previously learned skill I didn't realize was connected. And in my work in the last 17 years or so, since doing that, I realized, or I have come to realize, there is absolutely no difference whatsoever in marketing and selling yourself as a business person and seduction, romantic seduction, men or women. So that informs a lot of the work I do and a lot of my attitudes that you see. I mean, your listeners might not know who I am or anything about me, no reason they should. But we've been connected for some time and you've been reading my stuff. And pretty much everything you read about me stems from that attitude. Those attitudes I learned on the door. I mean, never mind the assertiveness and a bit of aggression and stuff. That's just by the by. But I realized that persuasion and influence and marketing and seduction, all those things, they are just a matter of giving someone what they actually want in a process which is enjoyable for both. And let's face it, that's all seduction is, isn't it? Anything else is coercion or rape.